Hi, I'm Sam Parado. You have landed in our weekly Pluck, Pull, and Play card draw, and it's designed to give you just a way to think about your power in some aspect of your life. So here's our cards, consciousness on deck. Let's see what we pull for the day. All right. All right, let's focus on what is it that we need to talk about this week that you would find helpful, relevant, right? That's what we care about. All right, let's see what we got. Oh, shit. Oh, this is such a great card. Let me start by saying ownership probably is one of the three most basic core fundamental tenets of how do you work with your power. And the reason it's so important is because when you talk about power and you talk about being out in the world, making things happen that matter to you, being in relationship, without ownership, what happens is it gets very murky. The boundaries get really soggy. You can't see through them very well. And of course, what also happens is it becomes unclear what is yours and what's theirs, or what is yours and what's happening out there to you. And so, ownership, just to let me say exactly what it is, it's this idea that if you're present, that in your life, even if you're not intending it, even if it's not intentional, that something you have something to do with what's going on, right? So the idea of having ownership or taking ownership, it's not about who was right and who was wrong. Actually, that's hardly ever gets you to ownership because we're so busy defending or being right that we're caught kind of in this polarity that doesn't get you very far. But when you can take ownership and say, I was there, I participated, yes, that has to do with me. What happens is you're actually drawing like a magnet your power to you. I think one of the hardest parts about ownership is when it appears like someone's telling you what you have to own. And I find that really to find my power and ownership, I have to go find the part that's really about me, where I can say, oh, yeah, I see that when I show up in this space, this is actually what happens. And the other thing about ownership is that it asks you to be responsible for being the pebble that's dropped in the water and then ripples out. And I think sometimes it's really difficult to see our ownership when we can only see two ripples out. And it didn't look like it came from our pebble. And so, really, I can't stress enough, be willing to say, I was there, I participated. I can see where this piece is about me. I can um, connect with the idea that when I am here, then this happens. And then, of course, if you really want to get a little bit more ownership, it's this idea that you stake a firm claim on everything that happens in your life, no matter what it is, and say, how is this? How is this aiding me, or how is this asking something of me to see? Oh my gosh, I love this card. Have a great day.